Hey YouTube, this is Wexdarn here, and welcome back to Let's Play Viewtiful Joe. This is episode 3, and in the last episode we went through Some Like It Red Hot and took out the boss, Hulk Davidson. And we got plans that showed that there's actually a bomb in an underwater city, and we're on our way to stop it. But first, we're going to the power-up shop. Now, we're pretty good in terms of items and power-ups at the moment. Like, the only ones I'm really looking at are the VFX turbocharger and the extra life. Like, I might invest in, you know what, I'm going to invest in Take 2. Like, just so I can show off that during this LP and show you how it actually works, because the wording in the whole how many items affect life is kind of confusing. Because when I first got Take 2, I thought it meant when you run out of actual lives, then you would get to restart in the room that you were in, rather than having to redo the entire level over again. But I'll show you what that means. So let's go on to play.
Let's get it on!
Let's rock, baby! Yeah!
As you can see, we're not playing as we were in the other two levels. No, now we're actually flying around in Six Machine, and by tapping the A button, we can actually fire off these little laser shot things that take out these enemies for us. So yeah, Joe actually gets a ranged attack in this, in that he's doing like this side-scrolling shooter mode thing. For the life of me, I can't really bring a game to my mind that this resembles. Like, I know there's plenty of like space shooter games out there. It's like a lot of like old games were like this. Like, I know there's a lot of shooterish games, but just off the top of my head, I can't remember them. Anyway, to go through the controls in this, tapping A does lasers, like I said. Y, no, yeah, well, Y does produce lasers as well, but that's not the button I was looking for. If you tap the X button, then you actually drop bombs, which is useful if you have enemies beneath you, but since a lot of the time enemies will either be above you or at the same level as you, it doesn't really see as much use as your laser will. Ideally, you're going to be trying to get to the same position as your laser. And I'm just going to shoot a load of these missiles so they'll all fly into the enemies. And if you zoom in and tap your kick button, you do the spin kick like you would normally do. So that's always useful. Right, come on, keep going. Gotta take out every single enemy on screen before advancing, just like typical side-scrolling beat-em-up style. And no, you're not taken out yet. Let's see, with the laser, if you hold down the slow button, your laser actually expands when you shoot it. I mean, I didn't get a chance to show it off there really, but it does. So you'll see that it does expand larger, so you get a larger hitbox, and it does do more damage as well when it actually makes contact. You're going to want to get that. If you get red juice, then it actually permanently, like, it lets you hold on to the maximum VFX you have, no matter what you do. It's like you can do whatever you want with your abilities, and your gauge just won't go down for a while. I don't know what the exact time limit is, but I know it's time-based rather than progression-based. And they're really rare, but if you get them, then they're really helpful. So, yeah. Ooh, life. As you can see in the bottom, like, left corner of the screen, when I'm not slowing down enemies to kill them easier, You can see that we've got take 2 next to our shocking pink bombs. And basically we'll show you what that means, but I won't have to show you it until I actually run out of health on this level, which hopefully I won't have to do for this particular level. I don't think I showed you what happens if you do super speed with the laser, so it actually shoots a lot of lasers very quickly, and I want that. Thank you. Can we do Viewtiful forever in this? I'm really not sure. Come on. Joe doesn't seem to want to dodge in this mode, so I'm not sure if we can do Viewtiful forever. Extra health's always nice. Oh, extra life. And boss fight. Of course it'd be a boss fight here. And you can't turn around at all, so you're really at the boss's mercy at some point, so you have to slow down so you can break your way through the bullets. And I can't believe I was that bad. Okay, let it build up again, and it's gonna come up on the other side, I'm guessing. There we go. Straight underneath it, and we're fine. So just do that for a little bit, and boss is no problem really. Deflect some of the missiles back at it. Oh, that might be a problem. I want to try using Viewtiful forever just to see if we can actually do it in this. So, and I think this is our last fight that we actually have with this, but I want to use the missiles because they inflict a lot of damage. So I'm not going to try dodging missiles. I'll try dodging one of these. Come on. No, I don't think you can do Viewtiful forever whilst you're in your ship. And now you know. Can we use the bombs here? We can. That's always useful. Actually a pretty good technique, because the bombs do give off that blast. It does do blast damage. Yeah, I never thought to do that before. I've honestly never thought to do that. That's really quite useful. Yeah, we're really ranking up the blast damage on this. Yeah, I didn't expect it to be that easy. And I did talk over the 6 machines there, but you don't really make out what it actually says anyway. Right. I don't think I was that bad, but in this part you're kind of free falling to try and get extra like canisters and stuff, and you have to get lucky to be able to grab them all, really.
Just go for it!
Hey, where are you going?
And since we got the first section done rather quickly for, well, me anyway, this episode shouldn't be like an hour long like episode 2 was. I mean, and that was, I actually edited that down from over 2 hours, but right, first of all, power up shop. Part of me wants to invest in buying 2 extra lives with like the cheeseburgers, but oh well, I'll be an impulse buyer. Go on. So, anyway, I'm just gonna save. Alright, so now I think we're ready for episode 3-2, I guess.
Move on!
Warning, warning, a bomb has been armed. Repeat, a bomb has been armed.
Not like the falling section that we just had to do, and I missed out an opportunity to use the zoom in spin kick there to try and grab all those boxes. But you know, you have to kind of try and predict where all the boxes are. Like, I think this section is a little more forgiving over it, so you don't have to worry about that much, and you can use boomerang to grab some of the boxes. And I missed like 5 of them in a row there, but yeah, I don't think you can use this to get up there that high. Like, I think it goes to the surface, and that's about it. And you'll hear that the alarm's going off saying that a bomb's been armed, but you don't have to worry about that just yet. There's not like a timer on it or anything, so. And of course I get into my old tactic of slow down abuse, but it's a lot of fun. It really is, and I managed to get a lot of points out of it. But go on. Look, I know I can still rack up points like that, but rack up a lot more by using the slowdown abuse. And that's the only reason why I do it. You just get points a lot. Well, it's one of many reasons that I do it. You get points a lot faster. Come on. Plus in like a one-on-one fight where you just like fighting against like one mook, it's kind of like it really does cut down your time for that section. Come on. Somebody try taking a shot at me again. And there was Viewtiful forever on the screen against regular enemies. I'm going to try getting that again, in fact. Try to damage everyone with it. Come on. And you'll see there that it actually does do pretty decent damage. Oh, I thought I took out that other one. Now it actually looks really bad, but it is a useful move, and it can save you from a really bad situation sometimes. I hate these. It's not so much like the robots themselves, rather than the fact that they actually get access to lightning. Like, Captain Blue's lightning is actually a really annoying thing to fight against. Right, you see there that we actually died, well, and then all our health just came back? Well, now the take 2 icons disappeared, and that's essentially what it does. So, yeah, if you want it back, then you have to pay the same 10,000 point price for it. So thankfully you can buy it back, and if you save up, you can like get one for like every boss fight in the game. And that's probably the most useful area to use it in. And if you actually end up having to use continues against bosses, you can rank up your points that way, and then you can like save up for a take 2 bonus, I guess. But I guess maybe that's why Capcom made it so expensive. They like expected people to fail that much of the bosses that they'd need it, and they'd save up for it like that. I don't know. It just seems like really expensive for like an item that you will have to buy again after one use. So. Oh, now we've got cowboy guys. Right, come on guys, over here. Somebody take a shot. I was gonna say that wasn't even trying to get in at me. How did that count as me using slow dodge? I clearly just punched the bullet. Alright, come on, just beat up the guy, Joe. I should have reflected that bullet back. I was doing the zoom in shockwave thing. Come on, give me this. Right, one down at least, but this game can be really quite harsh sometimes. Like, I've lost so much health on this section already. On the bright side, I've gained the points back that I've wasted on the hamburgers. And yes, I do say wasted rather than what I spent on the hamburgers. Right, you'll see this here, and what it does is drags the platform to you. So, over here, drop down, come onto the archway, and yeah, if you bring it up to the surface, I think there's a couple of things you can grab up here. Not sure exactly. I mean, I was pretty sure there was. But the main idea with it is that you have to bring it down over here. And it will weigh down the bottom of the door. Kind of ominously shutting behind you.
Just go for it.
Right, come on, over here. Well, that was my bad dodge. I read that as him kicking the floor for some reason, just because our relative heights to each other. Like I say, the perspective on this can be a little bit annoying at times. And I'm not sure if they improved it in the sequels, because I've not played any of the sequels to Viewtiful Joe. Like, this is my only experience with the game, but I do love what I had, as it were. Like, a part of me doesn't want to like actually play the sequel just in case I'm like disappointed by them, because it would kind of tarnish my view of the game itself in a way. Like, I'm not sure if you get what I'm saying with that, but I don't want to find that the rest of the series is really rubbish compared to it. I've got a feeling like that might be a disappointment that awaits me. I also have not seen the animated series of this, though I don't know if that's any good at all. Anyway, I think you can tell what I'm trying to do with these two light posts, so I'm just going to cut to when I pull it off. Alright, so by lighting up the post, I actually get a 1-up, very useful. Coming down here, 2 more enemies, great. Let's see if we can take them both out easily. That's rather useful. Come on. I was quite bad with that then. This is another one of those spin kick pillar things, so I'm going to cut when I do that. Alright, so this one didn't take me nearly as long, and I got some red juice, so very helpful.
Ready?
Thankfully, because I just entered this area, I get to restart here. And I've got a new gauge, so that's always helpful. These sentry things, because they're using electricity, they're very difficult to dodge. But if you remember rightly, that's actually our target for this, so you have to try and attack it when it's not got lightning around it, which is really annoying because it just seems to flare up lightning around it. And you don't really get much warning for it if you're in the middle of attacking it. But that seemed to work. So we got Red Hot Yummy. Come on. So I'm actually doing this like the second to last week of my term at university. Like I've got like some exams and stuff coming up. Well, they're not major exams. Like I've actually 2 of them are actually like just multiple choice tests. So it's really not that hard for me to do, in my opinion. Because like with multiple choice, as long as like one of them looks quite right, you can generally take a guess on it. Like, you can narrow down some of the more ridiculous options and work your way out from there. And I'm doing terribly at this section. Come on. What the hell? I don't see how you're supposed to get through that without taking damage, really. And that's my first doe. Well, the first doe of this LP. I have had does before, admittedly. Come on. I don't want you to be another annoying gunslinger. Be a nice gunslinger and just die easily for me, please. Come on. Take a shot. We'll slow you down. Did I manage to take out the guard thing with that? I'm not complaining, I'll take that. I will take that and run with it. And just as I was about to say, I'm rather impressed, I just get shot by the gunslinger guy. I'm not sure if you should be eating these hamburgers that you're finding under the water anyway, Joe, but your choice. The boomerangs apparently work against the guard sentry thing, so I am going to use boomerang. That one worked. Did I take out this guy or no? He's still here. And since we have to come back through this way, it's going to be in our best interest to take him out. That's kind of going, and we're not doing too bad for health actually. And I missed 5 film canisters and I saw. So yeah, I'll have to get them on the way back. Come on. Joker, of course. When we're in floaty underwater controls, Joker must appear. I don't know, I mean, first of all, we're in the sky and now we're underwater. Like, where are we heading off to next? And I think this chapter's actually really short compared to like the last one that we had to do. So that could actually work out in my favour, because all things considered about like the last video in terms of length, it was pretty ridiculous. Alright, I need to recharge, come on. There we go. I do love the boomerang. Like, actually giving Joe a ranged weapon like that is really useful. I like how lucky this guy is on the slots though, to actually pull off this whole getting bombs thing twice in a row then. If I didn't know any better, I'd say he rigged it. I mean, why would the villain rig his machine? It couldn't be because he's trying to kill us, but... I will admit, like, the one thing that kind of lets it down in terms of boss fights is that having Joker appear as often as he does is very repetitive. Like, he's been in 3 out of 3 chapters now. Are you going to stop dropping bombs now? Yes, good, okay. Anyway, you know how this works, so be right back. Right, so we got a card key thing out of getting these.
The bomb has been disarmed. Repeat, the bomb has been disarmed.
And we have to get back to that doorway now.
Just go for it.
So, on we go. Now these enemies are completely optional now, since the doorways are all actually unlocked. So, I think I'm just going to skip by them, to be honest. Unless they're kind of easy enemies like this guy. Like, sword enemies are a bit higher in terms of like strength ratings. If you know what I'm saying, like it's going to be more difficult to defeat that guy, but defeating cannons like that you get a large reward for it, and there's not much effort that goes into beating it. So yeah. Oh, boomerang, you missed. Come on, drop down. You should have dropped down then. Alright, come on. Just keep red hot kicking down it since it's a slope, and I missed out on beating up a cannon. Ah. Can't red hot kick down here though. Just keep climbing. Keep climbing. Oh, not a guard thing. I wasn't even going to try beating you up then, guard thing. Just kind of brutally killed me anyway.
Finished.
Right, so got the boss fight like usual in the next section. This was a boss I actually got really stuck on as a kid, so yeah, hopefully I don't have the same incident here, because I've not really played this for a few years except for like a small practice file that I had. So yeah, should be interesting. I am going to fill up on cheeseburgers. Like a healthy teenager like Joe is. And I think that'll be it. So, Joe must go on and fight the third boss.
Move on.
Right, so here we go. I'm not sure where the trigger is for this fight, like where we're supposed to stand to set off the boss fight. I know what the boss fight is, and you do not want to be in the water for it. Like, trust me on this.
Hey, mate! I knew you. You're the one who foiled my wonderful, bomb plot, yeah. But, mate, you better not be thinking you can just hop on the submarine and go straight to our, hideout.
Wait. That sub goes to your hideout?
No, never mind, okay? But yeah, you have to know, mate. We need that girl for our dastardly plan to escape Movie Land. What? And rule universe. I think.
What are you yapping about? Escape Movie Land. Ugh, what an idiot.
Boy, you best shut up, mate. Otherwise, I'll chew your hindquarters like a big stick of the
Gum. G-U-M. Gum. Gosh, do I have to spell it out on a chalkboard for you?
Yeah, so?
Just
I
go.
love that line at the end of the fight. Just, do I have to spell it out? Yeah. Like, so Bruce isn't the smartest, like, member of the Shadow that we've had to fight, but he's probably the toughest we've had to fight so far. And when that's his most annoying attack, you'll hear him take like a rather deep breath and then he'll sort of like charge at you. Like, or sometimes he'll spit out different types of enemies at you. But a lot of this fight is going to be you rocking the control stick back and forth, since that's how you get out his mouth. He'll sometimes spit out these bombs around the arena, and if you get between him and the bombs while he's doing his whole like chasing move, then he'll swallow one, and if you punch it in his mouth you can get a lot of damage on him. Whilst he's doing the chasing move though, you want to be on like either the upper left or upper right of the arena and just keep jumping over him. When he's stopped doing the move, he'll like take deep breaths, and that's your chance to really get some damage in on the guy. I'm doing terribly defensively against him. Right, if I can lure him over to this bomb, there we go. That's a lot of damage. Also, another annoying thing about Bruce is he actually has regenerating health. I totally thought he was coming from the left then. I was totally prepared to just like jump up and over. Like, I didn't expect him to come from upper left, just like straight left. But anyway, like I was saying, Bruce actually has regenerating health. Like when he's taking the deep breaths from fighting, or like just after he's been bouncing around like that, it means he's trying to regenerate his health a lot. So you're gonna want to stop him as soon as possible and get me out of your mouth. I don't taste nice. Alright. Oh come on, you've got to get between me and the bomb there. I'm not sure how effective Red Hot Kick underwater is, but got some decent damage on him due to the bomb. Just keep jumping over him and you'll be fine. And if we have to use a continue, then we've at least built up some like V points to spend in the shot. Right, keep punching. Oh, look at that tiny little tornado thing. Like, a lot of his attacks are more effective underwater, and you'll want to keep him out of the water as much as possible, or you'll want to fight him out of the water as much as possible, since like that tiny tailspin becomes that underwater. Like, there's some like these fish basically act like underwater bats, the green ones, so don't do any damage to you, but they will hold on to you. And in this kind of fight where the main attack is charging at you, being held in place is really not helpful. Oh, you actually got a bomb in your mouth on your own, well done. Really not the smartest member, are you? Come on. Yeah, having Viewtiful Joe's double jump is really helpful in dodging this move, so just remember that you've got that, and it should really help you out. And we're just fighting in mid-air here, and he just remembered gravity all of a sudden. Alright, come on. Swim right into that bomb. Yeah. Good, Brucey. Right, he's going to try regenerating health. Where's he gone? There he is. I will have you down to the red bar. Come on. Get you out of the water. I think he's a bit slower out of the water as well when he's doing that attack, so if you can lure him out a bit, that is great and will really help you. But of course you can sometimes summon the water level up, and you tend to question why he just doesn't do that all the time, but video game logic. Oh, nearly there. And it's going to be great if we can beat him on one bit of health left. He's got some damage from Viewtiful forever in on him. Come on. Where's he going? No, don't regenerate. Come on. I don't think the stun pack does anything to bosses. So there wasn't much point in me going for it. I thought he stopped then after just one charge. Like, I'm not sure if he charges like a certain amount of times before getting worn out, because sometimes he seems to do it forever, but he's done.
Finished!
I think I'm gonna take a turn.
You ought to watch your big mouth until you know you're gonna win. Although, in your case, the big mouth isn't exactly your fault.
Joe emerges triumphant after his first Marine battle. The lives of the underwater residents have been saved. Suddenly, the submarine begins to move forward. Without a moment to spare, Joe leaps onto the submarine.
Hey, wait up! Oh, come on! I want to go too!
Will this trail eventually lead to Sylvia? Will the ship become the next Noah's Ark for Joe? Or will he become the next bait for Moby Dick? To find out, don't miss the next installment of Viewtiful Joe, The Viewtiful Escape.
I don't think that was too bad. So yeah, we managed to beat Grand Bruce, who is probably my second like most hated boss of this. The first most is like coming up in a couple of chapters, but yeah, I don't think we did too badly here. And I'm actually quite impressed I managed to beat him on my first try and with one heart left. So anyway, I'm going to save up and I'll see you guys in the next episode.